just have a couple of nuggets for you on your Sunday, and we'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Black Spring on your Sunday. And this is going to be a quick in and out. So I hope you guys are doing well out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as per usual, I'm going to do a thanks to our loyal patrons, subscribers, and of course, the viewers like you. And I'll be right back. All right, guys. I thank you guys as always for coming in on these 11th hour Sundays or streams. So this is going to be another version or another segment of Have You Seen This? And this is inspired today by something of one of a buzz that I've been hearing about. But yeah, I'd like to show you what I learned about it so far, and maybe we can connect some dots together. So thank you so much for coming in on your Sunday. All right. Thank you so much again for coming in. I really appreciate it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a bit of a liner. Now, you've heard me talk a little bit on this channel about, well, I've talked more than a little bit about the We Forum and its founder, of course, it's Klaus Schwab. And of course, that's a part of the buzz that it's at the center of the buzz because I think Davos ended up being in a different place this year. So I talked about a little bit about Davos. I think Davos, I think, was actually hosted in Singapore this year instead of Switzerland. So let's go over. We're going to go over to that liner, and then I'm going to show you the clips that I have found um, from the actual event that took place. I'll give you. It's a little bit of a framework, and I'll tell you about that. So I'll be happy to share that with you. I just want to say hello to everybody that's in the stream so far. Thank you so much for tuning in. And first, we're going to start with Anarchy Television and Jermaine G. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let's have a look at the first liner, and that is coming out of the sociable, the sociable. Yikes. Okay, so I'll get you over to that. And then I'll show you the points on. There was a presentation that kind of goes along with it, but I'm only going to show you just a few points of that, and you guys, of course, can you can dive for whatever you want on that. So let's jump over to that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it on your Sunday. So let's share the screen on the Sociable from the Sociable. All right, so this is of course, there's concern. There's great concern out there. All right. And I want to make sure I give you full screen on this. I want to make sure I give you the full screen on this. So This is the sociable, and it is entitled, quote, "Lack of cybersecurity has become a clear and immediate danger to our society." Klaus Schwab, Cyber Polygon 2021. So the Cyber Polygon 2021 is what I'm on about. And I'd like to show you the actual, show you what I'm considering a little bit of the framework from that. And you guys can dig as much as you want. So let me give you a couple of, this looks like, gives you a little bit of orientation, of course, more about Schwab. And if you've been on this channel, you've been introduced before. In fact, occasionally you'll catch me playing. This is what I was talking about the other day, when I've referred to Schwab and Gates making comments on. They've already commented on this. So let's go ahead and grab those comments, and then I guess we'll end it with some of that imagery here. So according to this is, I guess, penned by a Tim Hinckliffe. According to this, the World Economic Forum founder Klaus Schwab opens Cyber Polygon 2021 with a warning, quote, "A lack of cybersecurity has become a clear and immediate danger to our society worldwide." Given the welcoming remarks at Cyber Polygon for the second year in a row, Schwab spoke at length about the World Economic Forum, WEF, desire to tackle cybersecurity by bringing together a closer merger of corporations, small businesses, and governments. Okay, so this, to me, that kind of speaks to a little bit about the rails, the digital rails, and the digital responders, and that kind of a bit. Sorry for the digression there, but here last year, Schwab warned. See, here we go. This is what I've been playing. This is what I've been playing for you throughout the year. And now I get to show you where it comes from. So instead of me reading that, I'm going to play it right now. This is the quote, and you get it from him right away. So I'm going to play it right now. Last year, Schwab warned. This was from last year. I'm going to play it for you right now from my own imagery. I'm going to give you full screen so you can see Schwab has a very interesting voice. So I'm going to go ahead and play this one for you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So here's Schwab right now.
The third greatest concern for companies surveyed is the increase of cyber attacks. We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
Most of the work we're going to do to be ready for pandemic 2, I call this pandemic 1, most of the work we'll do to be ready for that are also the things we need to do to minimize the threat of bioterrorism. So we, we'll have to prepare for the next one. That, I'd say is will get attention this time. So we, we'll have to prepare for the next one. That, I'd say is will get attention this time.
All right, so there you go. There was the, I couldn't have done it better myself, so I just had to pass the mic over to. Okay, all right, enough. So that's he's saying that we all know, but we still pay insufficient attention. So that was Schwab, and of course you had Gates to round it out. So there you go. How's that for you? Okay. And so according to this is the quote. It says, quote, "We have seen in the past few months, for example, ransomware attacks targeting hospitals, critical infrastructure, school systems, the power grid, and many other essential services," end quote. Klaus Schwab is Cyber Polygon 2021. This year, Schwab followed up his, quote, "frightening scenario," end quote, by highlighting the recent ransomware attacks that have struck critical infrastructures around the world in 2021. Okay, so quote, "The implication is clear. A lack of cybersecurity has become a clear and immediate danger to our society worldwide," Schwab said today. Quote, "We have seen in the past few months, for example," of course, more of the same here. So Quote here, citizens are impacted by energy shortages, delayed medical treatment, and other effects this new breed of audacious cyber attacks causes, end quote, called Schwab Cyber Polygon 2021. Citizens are feeling the repercussions of cyber attacks directly. Quote, citizens are impacted by, this thing is really, really looping around here. So you kind of get the gist here. And he talks about here, quote, the implication is clear. And then there's a little bit of I haven't quite played this video, but I did dig in a little bit from another angle there. Hi everybody. Let me say hello to a few people before maybe I'll play a little bit of that. Hello to Anarchy Television and Old School Wolf Media. How are you? Nick Smith. Thank you so much. Anarchy Television says, wakey, wakey. It's time to wake up. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'll give you the full screen there and we'll see what's on this. We'll see what's on the reel here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You know what? I'll let you have the greeting here because this is not this is the entire Polygon, Cyber Polygon. So because I haven't gotten into it, I don't know if you guys can handle Schwab. I don't know how long his intro is, but we won't go there. I think you guys had enough on the one that I shared. So what I'll do is I'll take you to the have you seen this, and I'll just show you a few points of what I think is maybe the infrastructure of this situation. And yeah, not too much, not too crazy. I might have one other thing for you on this segment, but let's go ahead and have a look at the have you seen this. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Thank you guys so much for coming in on the 11th hour because this thing, is kind of on my mind a little bit. And, it looks like it just kind of came into place. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to dig too hard. It was already there. And then of course I already had something on this character. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in on your Sunday. All right, so I'm going to share the screen with you right now, and I'll just show you what I kind of extracted from this whole thing. I can put the link in the stream for you. How about I'll do that? I'll do that first before I share my favorites. I'll share my favorites later. So I'm just going to share the full screen of this nice little report. It's all available via PDF. You don't have to go to some underground, place. All of us conspiracy theorists out there. So I'm going to share this with you. So this is your layout here. It looks like this is the entire, looks like this is the framework for all of this. And it is entitled the Cyber Polygon. It's international online training for raising global cyber resilience. So you have your table of contents here. And what I did was, of course, you can dig into this for yourself. I'll put it out there for you. And it's actually, you could have tuned in yourself. It's I don't think this is too much of a, imposition that you could have tuned into the live stream if you wanted to for your own entertainment. But I was curious about the participants and the partners. So I'm going to jump down here just a little bit. But of course, you have all of the top people involved or whatnot. Of course, Schwab himself. But I'm going to scroll down and just show you just a little bit. But then I actually kind of highlighted some things. They tell you about the goals. Let's see. I don't want to get too. I'll just show you the things that I pulled out of here because there's a ton. So this is the participants and the partners. And they all made their own little commentary on this. Cyber Polygon 2020 attracted a variety of organizations from a range of industries, global corporations, small and medium businesses, international organizations and government structures, law enforcement agencies, and healthcare institutions. This diversity has further highlighted the global scale of cybersecurity issues and the importance of such exercises across the board. So it looks like you have IBM. I'm not going to read all this. ICANN. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys are familiar with these. And so it kind of shows you the global participation here around the world. You know, I'm not seeing everything lit up here, but I'm going to pull out, I pulled out a couple of things here on the Have You Seen This presentation. So I'll take you to that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this segment of Black Spring with Autumn. I really appreciate you guys so much for coming in at the 11th hour. And we have WSE Well 040396. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so we're going to go to that. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to share the last screen with you on this. Have you seen this? Okay, so this is, of course, the Have You Seen This Cyber Polygon here. I'm going to zoom all the way in for you. All right. So the next thing we have here is what I pulled out on the Cyber Polygon is the state structures to embrace technological revolution. So according to this, is just about everything that the We Forum touches, I just want to say, has the same kind of template, same kind of framework, dare I say. According to this, it almost looks like it comes out of Schwab's 4IR book. But this says governments need to adapt more quickly to the ongoing changes, not only to search for new tools and ways of interacting with people and businesses, but also to ensure the safety of such interaction. Now, I kind of blurred it up here, mucked it up a little bit, but it says a digital identity can become one of the effective ways of communication between the state and individual citizens. Now, that stood out to me because I'm not sure how that will be implemented, but however, this is only possible provided that privacy and data protection is properly regulated. All right, so I'm going to take you to the next one. And you guys can chew on this however you want, but the next one is critical infrastructure companies exposed to highest risk. So they're talking about, I guess, the fragility here of healthcare, the financial industry, government agencies, manufacturing, IT, and telecom are at greatest risk, being the most frequent targets of attack. Such organizations include enormous losses. However, healthcare and manufacturing are the least protected due to the use of outdated equipment. Further, their IT infrastructure is often unable to quickly determine an intrusion as well as manage its consequences. Okay, so we're talking digitalization here. And this is another one that stood out a little bit to me. I'm not sure if you can see this one, but it says here, we will probably never go back to the times we had before. We will not go back to the offices. I think that more people will work from home. We will have a more flexible work relationship, which also means that the challenges we are dealing with now will remain, and we need to be ready to face them. Now, that comes from Trails Orting. I'm not sure. It's chairman of the advisory board, the World Economic Forum Center for Cybersecurity. And here it mentions that 5G will be the platform for the society, for hospitals, for public transport, for everything that is to be connected. You need to have absolute trust in the underlying infrastructure. Hence, there is a high demand for security today. We can't even imagine what capabilities the new 5G network will enable. And artificial intelligence will obviously be one of the key features of our technologies and tools in the development of new application services. AI can be used for predictive analytics to improve performance, maintenance, and security of the network. And here, this is Sebastian Tolstoy, head of Eastern Europe and Central Asia, and the general director, Ericsson Russia. Ericsson. So I just kind of pull those out, but you guys can chew on this however you like. I thought it was interesting that this is all just kind of falls into your lap, right? If you're already on the trail. So, but it seems like we've been just kind of following this for a while. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And it looks like we have Joseph Francis Burton here. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And he says, what? Written by dot 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 Tony Blair. All right. Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for burning 21 minutes, 25 seconds. I'm going to take a quick little break and I will be right back right after this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this segment of Black Spring with Autumn. And I have one more infomercial and I will be right back. This show is brought to you in part by our sponsors. Whether you're interested in health, culture, politics, scripture, automobiles, or music, please check out Derek C. Williams, Killer Whale Channels, The Definition of Anarchy, Marcy T., Joseph Francis Burton, Paralysis by Analysis, Chrysler Imperial H, Little Miss Goth, AZ Infidel, Cold War Jesus, Anthony Scioli, and Let the Truth Be Told. We'll be right back right after this. All right, guys. Once again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this segment of Black Spring with Autumn. And then also, I would like to say hello to everybody that's come into the stream. And this is actually going to wrap up our Sunday. It was just, I'm trying to give this a whole new segment. It's the Have You Seen This, pretty much. And, it's just a little something for to inspire some thought, maybe. We'll see. Anarchy Television, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. And then we also have Jermaine G. And yeah, I'm sorry, I have the fan business going on here again. We also have Old School Wolf Media. Thank you so much for coming in. It's always nice to see you. And Nick Smith is here. And I'm not sure if I'm not sure what do we have there, but Joseph Francis Burton is here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on the 11th hour of this Sunday, and Have You Seen This? So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I meant to put that link into the stream for you in case you wanted to have a look at any of the other parts. I think there's actually parts that are available. There's some audio, I think, available on this meeting. So, like even the Davos meeting this year, that was available, for you to stream by the day. Like you could stream the events by the day. So, I'm not twisting anybody's arm, or I'm not making this up. I'm really not. So thank you guys so much for tuning in on this segment. And of course, look forward to seeing you guys on the next live stream in the comment section, on a video. On a Have You Seen This? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, you might have a few seconds before we're done here. You still have a chance. All right, guys. I will see you on the next one. Oh, and at the 11th hour, or the 11th second there, DJ Vision Barnett comes in and he says, "Hey, How are you doing, DJ Vision Barnett? So if you want to check us out, we just did a little bit on the Cyber Polygon. So if you want to explore that, I have a link there. And then, yeah, I'm sure this shouldn't take a lifetime to upload, considering it's a very short stream. But I just kind of wanted to get this out because I've thought about it. The more I hear about it, I think about it. And I have a Tam Tam. Hi, Tam Tam. Says, I hit it with a thumbs up. Well, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And DJ Vision Barnett says, I'm walking in the house. Sorry. No. You can always catch up around here. All right, guys. So we're going to get out of here with that said. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Sunday / Monday. It's pretty close. If it's not Monday where you are already. All right, guys.